Anna and Sergei lived in a small town, surrounded by green parks and cozy streets. Their marriage seemed ideal: common interests, a close-knit family, 2 children whom they raised with love. However, under the surface of this idyll there were omissions and internal conflicts that no one suspected. Anna worked at the local library and always loved books. She immersed herself in the world of literature, where she found solace and inspiration. However, with each passing year, her life became more and more monotonous. Sergei, immersed in work, often returned home late, tired and irritated. Their conversations boiled down to ordinary everyday questions: what to cook for dinner, or who will pick up the children from school. Anna felt how her dreams and desires were gradually getting lost in the routine. One day, a new visitor came to the library: Alexei. He was charismatic and self-confident, easily struck up conversations and knew how to listen. Anna, feeling how his attention filled her life with new colors, began to communicate with him more and more often. It was an innocent infatuation, which soon grew into something more. She understood that it was wrong, but at the same time she felt alive like never before. Alexei became not only a friend for her, but also a consolation. He listened to her, supported and inspired her. Anna shared with him her dreams, which she had long since buried in the flow of everyday life. Every time they met, she experienced a surge of energy and joy that she had not felt for a long time. 2 forces fought inside her: the feeling of guilt that tormented her, and the thirst for freedom and happiness that she found in communicating with Alexei. Sergei, noticing changes in his wife's mood, began to worry. He felt that a gap had opened up between them, but he did not know how to overcome it. He tried to improve the relationship. He arranged romantic dinners, but Anna was increasingly withdrawn, immersed in her thoughts and experiences. She couldn't open up to him, afraid that he wouldn't understand and forgive her. One day, in a fit of passion, Anna and Alexei spent the night together. It was a real shock for her. She felt both happiness and horror at the same time. She knew that she had betrayed her husband, but at the same time she felt that she had finally found the part of herself that she had lost. This betrayal was not only a physical but also a psychological test for Anna. She realized that her life would never be the same again. When she returned home, she ran into Sergei, who seemed to know that something was going on. He looked at her with concern, and this feeling of guilt became unbearable. Anna tried to act as if nothing had happened, but every look from Sergei reminded her of what she had done. She understood that sooner or later she would have to make a decision. Anna's internal conflict was growing. She loved Sergei, but Alexei had also become an important part of her life. She felt locked in a cage, where every action she took could destroy the family. Reflecting on her feelings, she realized that cheating was not only a betrayal, but also a way to escape from herself. Ultimately, Anna decided to talk to Sergei. She could not continue to live with this secret. That evening, when they were sitting in the kitchen, she opened up to him. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she told him about her feelings, how she had gotten lost in the routine and how she found comfort in communicating with Alexei. Sergei was shocked. His world had collapsed. He could not believe that his beloved woman could do this. However, instead of breaking up, Sergei suggested that they go through this crisis together. He understood that their marriage was not perfect and that they both needed to work on themselves and their feelings. They began visiting a family psychologist, and this became the beginning of a new path for them. Anna realized that the betrayal was not only her mistake, but also a signal that something needed to change in their relationship. She began to work on herself, opening up new horizons and striving for self-knowledge. Sergei also realized his shortcomings and became more attentive to his wife's feelings. Their path to recovery was long and difficult, but they overcame difficulties together, learned to forgive and understand each other. Ultimately, their relationship became stronger than ever. They realized that love is not only a feeling, but also work that needs to be done every day. The story of Anna and Sergei became a lesson for them about the importance of open communication, honesty, and willingness to change for the sake of a loved one. The betrayal that could have destroyed their family ultimately became the beginning of a new stage in their lives. There lived a girl named Lena. Since childhood, she was fond of drawing. Her parents always supported her hobby, and Lena's house was full of her works that reflected the beauty of the surrounding world, bright flowers, majestic trees and calm water landscapes. But most of all, Lena loved to depict sunsets when the sky was painted in amazing shades of pink, orange and purple. One day, while exploring the surrounding area, Lena came across a mysterious forest that she had never seen before. The trees here were tall and old, and their crowns were intertwined so that the sun barely broke through the foliage. Lena felt that this forest was full of secrets and decided to spend the day here drawing. She chose a clearing where the light broke through the branches and began working on her new painting. Suddenly, she noticed a strange glow between the trees. Intrigued, Lena decided to come closer. After walking a few steps, she found a small glowing figure resembling a fairy. The fairy was short, with wings that shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. "Hello," the fairy said, her voice melodious. "I'm Lyra, the guardian of this forest. I noticed you painting and came to see what you were creating." Lena was delighted. She had never met a fairy before and couldn't believe that one was standing in front of her. "I'm painting the sunset," she answered, a little embarrassed. "It's one of my favorite inspirations." "Sunsets are full of magic," Lyra nodded. "But do you know that there are special sunsets in this forest? They only happen when an artist paints with a pure heart and sincere intentions." Lena was amazed. She had always believed that art was a way to express her feelings, but she had never thought that it could be connected with magic. "How can I see this special sunset?" she asked. "You must create something more than just a painting. Your work must be filled with love, hope and dreams," Lyra answered. "Then you will be able to see the sunset that will change your life." Inspired, Lena decided to stay in the forest. She spent several days working on her piece. Every day she came to the clearing, painting, and as she worked, her heart filled with joy and inspiration. She painted not only the sunset, but also her dreams, her hopes and her fears. In the process, she realized that art is not only a technique, but also a way to communicate with the world. One day, when Lena finished her work, she looked at the painting and realized that it was not just a picture of a sunset. It was a canvas full of life, emotion and magic. She felt that her heart was beating in unison with the nature around her. Lena closed her eyes and concentrated on her feelings. Suddenly, the forest filled with a soft light, and Lena opened her eyes. The sky above her began to change. It became brighter, and the colors of the sunset began to shimmer, as if nature itself was responding to her creativity. Lena was amazed. She saw the sun sinking below the horizon, and the sky filled with incredible hues that she had never seen before. "This is incredible!" she exclaimed, looking at the sunset. "I can't believe it." Lyra appeared next to her, her wings sparkling in the sunset light. "Now you see that your art can change the world around you. You are not only an artist, but also a magician who can create beauty." From then on, Lena often returned to the forest to paint and share her work with Lyra. She became a famous artist, and her paintings attracted people from all over the world. Everyone who saw her work felt the magic and inspiration that she put into her paintings. Lena realized that her art was not just a hobby, but a way to connect people and give them a new way to see the world. And while she continued to paint sunsets, she also began to explore other themes inspired by nature, people, and her travels. With each new piece, Lena increasingly realized that art can be an instrument of change, both in her life and in the lives of others. And the magical forest with its mysterious fairy became a place of power for her, where she could draw inspiration and find harmony. And although Lena became a famous artist, she never forgot her roots and that true magic lies in the sincerity and love that she put into each of her works. The forest and its sunsets forever remained in her heart, reminding her that creativity is a path to discovering yourself and the world around you.